And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
All right, there's a few things to address here. The first thing that I want you guys to notice is how Donald Trump stumbles when he says, I'm a Christian. He couldn't say I'm a Christian. He said, I'm a Christian. All right, we all know he's not a Christian. He's never asked God for forgiveness, he says. He just tries to do a better job. I'll put that clip on at the end of this video if you haven't seen it. Another thing that he says is in 4 years, you won't have to vote anymore. We'll have it fixed so good that you don't have to vote. So where does that take you to? Takes you directly to 2029. From 25 to 29, 4 years. That is Jacob's trouble. That is the vengeance, the wrath of God. I've shown that in many videos. 2029 is this year of the second coming of Jesus Christ. And they even put it in the movie The Terminator. That is the year that John Connor with the Resistance fights against Skynet in 2029. They know exactly the timeline and what's going on. It's mostly the Christians that don't know what's going on. It doesn't make one bit of difference whether you vote or not. All that matters is where your heart is. And you have to know that you are being deceived on a massive level. This is all a deception. Voting and democracy, it's in the illusion. All this patriotism stuff, it's all an illusion. Okay, there is no such thing. They call the shots. They're getting direct orders from Lucifer, which in turn, actually, Lucifer can't do anything unless God allows it. And the year 2020 was a perfect picture that democracy is a farce. It's an illusion. 2020, they did exactly whatever they wanted to do. And nobody did a damn thing about it except when the government lifted their hands. Nobody voted for wearing masks. Nobody voted for a shot that became mandatory or you'd lose your job. Nobody voted for lockdowns. It was all done by them with no choice from the people. And later on, they let their hand up and people started coming out and stuff. But 2020 is a perfect example of how it really works. But this is how they do it. They tell Christians and the world everything really in plain sight. But the world doesn't get it because for the most part, the world, including most Christians, are not seeking diligently the truth. And when somebody brings them the truth and tries to show them the timeline and match it up with what they're saying on TV, the image of the beast, where all the images come from, they're not trying to listen to it. Well, what does that matter with me? My life is okay right now and this or that. But hey, they're telling people, whether it's in a movie or a TV show or in politics, or somehow they are telling the people in a odd way, but they're telling the people, but nobody really wants to listen. I'm not going to say nobody, but the majority will not listen, and they cannot hear. They do not have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, because like I said, they are not seeking diligently. And what did Trump say? He said in 4 more years, which is 2029, you won't have to vote anymore. Well, why is that, Mr. Trump? And he said, because we'll have it set up so good, you won't have to vote anymore. And this is their dystopian idea of, AI and this new, brave new world that they think that they're going to set up. Their new world order, the real new world order idea, singularity, and all these things that Elon Musk talks about with this technology that really comes from fallen angels. And this is what they think that is going to happen, because they do not believe in Jesus Christ as their Savior, as King. But that is the year that he comes back. But that's the year they think they get it. You see, this is what they believe. They know the timeline. They know the Bible in and out, like so many things. But they believe that they will be the kings and the priests. This is because Lucifer has lied to them. Lucifer, the devil, makes them the same promises as God makes us. And they believe, that they will be the kings and priests and judges and rulers for whatever 1,000 years, like the millennium reign, just like God tells his people, the elect, that they will be. So they have the same hopes, but in the opposite, so to speak. And this is what is going on. That is why he's telling you that in 2029 there will be no more voting. Why would he say something like that unless it's what I'm telling you, that is the year, second coming of Jesus Christ. That is the end of all of it. He's telling you. He is telling everybody.
I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
Have you ever asked God for forgiveness?
That's a tough question. I don't think in terms of, I'm a religious person.
Which is great, but have you ever asked God for forgiveness?
I'm not sure I have. I just go and try and do a better job from there. I don't think so.
I believe that Trump is the man of sin and that he is a big reason for this great last days falling away. That is even connected in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. It says that there will be a falling away, comma, and the man of sin will be revealed. So it's like it's connected at the same time. You have so many Christians that have no discernment whatsoever and are just looking for this man to save them. It's all a deception.
Don't ever let them see you coming. That's the gap, my friend. You got to keep yourself small, innocuous. Be the little guy. I'm the hand of Mona Lisa's skirt. I'm a surprise, Kevin. They don't see me coming. That's what you're missing.